Every day feels like the end of the world. I'm exhausted. It feels like we're just constantly bombarded with bad news, new obligations, new reasons to be angry, new difficulties in our daily lives. Why? Why does it feel like this? Why is there so much latent pain in the mundanity of life? And why are our happy moments so empty? Why is it that generations before us have lived through enormous turmoil beyond even our comprehension, but we feel so burnt out? If you'll indulge me for a minute, leaving politics aside if we can, I'm going to ask you 6 questions, okay? And I just want you to think about them for a second. So, if I asked you whether we were living through a world war, what would you say? Now, are we living through a global economic crisis? Are we living through a humanitarian crisis? Are we living through an environmental crisis? Are we safe from the threats that lie outside of our homes? Are you safe? Are you safe from the threats that exist outside of your borders? My guess is that every single person who watches this video will have a unique set of answers to those questions, just based on perspective. But I would also venture to guess that your answer set today would be different from the one that you would have come up with yesterday. These are pretty simple questions, on a surface level. They're fundamental questions about safety, security, stability, the future, humanity. And I'm not an expert in these fields, and you likely aren't either. But right now, even the experts disagree on the answers to these questions. It's the speed at which these things are changing, Every day I wake up with 100 notifications on my phone about what new fresh nonsense is going to occupy the margins of my mind that day. And I guess the point of this is that the weight of our lives has a tendency to feel unmanageable right now. Whatever order is left in the world is collapsing and rebuilding itself on a daily or a weekly basis, and it feels like the rate at which that perpetual change is happening is completely just unsustainable. And this manifests in our minds every day. Each day we're increasingly burdened by the echoes of a loudening world. Walking down the street is laborious. Taking out the garbage is a huge chore. Showering, taking care of ourselves, going to work, eating a meal, these are basic tasks. Why does it feel like this? Like, I don't think I'm lazy. Do I just not care? Is it that I don't know the value of $1? Or that I don't understand how to take care of myself? I think the truth, honestly, might just be that each day we're living through the end of the world as we know it, and the beginning of a new one. The sheer rate, the velocity at which the world is evolving around us is greater than ever, and it's accelerating. I'm not purely a pessimist though, and there are some things that bring me some hope and some comfort here. And really, I think I've figured that, at least for me, it all comes down to focus. There's this quote I really like by Marcus Aurelius. He wrote in his book Meditations, "A man who does not concern himself with what is going on in the souls of others has seldom been seen to be unhappy. But those who don't know what's going on in their own souls cannot be happy." being buried in depressing news often leads me to feel like garbage because I start to get in the heads, the souls of others. We start to get in the minds of politicians and CEOs and influencers. We get angry or jaded, and it exhausts us. And I think the actual wisdom here in what Aurelia said is not that we should just ignore the world around us. I think his greater point was that the world will always bring these challenges to us. Maybe they're faster now, maybe they come in droves instead of a trickle, but it will always bring these challenges. And I've realized that no matter what I do, I'm always going to encounter people whose intentions and actions have the capacity to upset me. But being upset and spending my time worried about the world around me, no matter how it's playing out, is a misplacement of my energy. Is there a world war? Is this the end of the world as we know it today or tomorrow or yesterday? I don't know. But I know that I probably won't get anywhere just fixating on everyone else. My own life is hard enough. Finishing school, landing a job, all of that. But here I sit, letting myself get bogged down with everyone else's morality. I'm allowing myself to become tied up in how the world is going to treat me instead of how I'm going to react to it. We are not alone in this life. None of us are in isolation. Maybe we can be lonely, but we will always all be affected by each other. We will all be weighed down or lifted up by each other. Some of us are dealt a shitty hand in life, and others are raised with silver spoons. But what time has shown me personally, and I'm no expert, I haven't been on this earth very long, is that I cannot affect others in a positive way if I'm just focusing on how negatively or unfairly I feel I've been affected. It's something that helps me cope. Living one moment at a time, one day at a time, it's a cliche. But focusing on what's available to me as opposed to what I wish were available to me. That's helped me at times, and I hope it might help you too.